Since we did 40 Days for Life and 7 campaigns, 42 babies have been saved at this location. 42 children. And one of them is here today. Praise God. Can you lift that little child up? That is little Egypt. I'm going to introduce his mother, Haiti. Haiti, come on up here.
How are you, everybody?
Awesome.
My name is Haiti. This is my son, Egypt. A year ago, I came here, walked down these very same streets, pregnant, sick, lost, because I grew up in an area where, you know, you don't really have much choices, okay? Never had a father growing up. My mother had 10 children, was a single mother. I came here to get an abortion. There were people out here that helped me change my mind, that no matter what decisions that I make, I don't have that right to make the decision that, you know, my child can't come into this world because of my wrong decision makings and because I felt I couldn't provide for him. I just want people to know that, yeah, you can make your own decisions, but I chose to make the right decision and letting my child live. There were people out here that helped me and helped me realize that, you know, my child's father's not in his life. That's the main thing that I worry about. Another statistic in this world. You know, but at the same time, you gotta also think about it. My son could be great. He could be somebody one day.
We want to talk a little bit about some common objections that women will offer as to why abortion is the only way to get out of her situation. Early pregnancy is a really vulnerable time for any woman, and especially someone who is in a crisis pregnancy or an unplanned pregnancy. And perhaps at this stage of her journey, she's not even in touch with the fact that there is a life inside her or that she's a mother. All she can see is that she's in a difficult situation that perhaps there's a way out of. So the first objection could be that she simply doesn't have the money to have a baby, which is a really difficult spot to be in. However, there are centers and volunteers and places who will offer women diapers and formula and baby clothes and even money to pay a month's rent or anything that she may need. So the question is, what do you need? How can we help you get that? There are also places that would help her find a family that would raise her child. At no cost to her, she could find a way to give up her baby for adoption to ensure that that baby is looked out for, and then she won't have the financial responsibility of raising a child long term, while still giving life to the child in her womb. No amount of money long term or saving money is going to make up for the emotional cost that having an abortion could have on this woman that you're talking to. Another objection that a woman might offer is that having a baby isn't going to work for her relationship. That maybe the man that she's with says if she doesn't have an abortion, the relationship will end, or maybe she's in an abusive situation. This is another time that we need to make sure our care is focused on the woman and not just on the baby. That this woman needs a way to get out of the situation that she's in, even if that's not the solution that she understands as the best one. It might not be easy for her to get out of this situation, but we need to let her know there are hotlines, there are services, places that can help get her out of her abusive situation, while also letting her know that there are organizations and people that can help her give life to her baby. So what if the woman says she needs to have this abortion because she's not finished with school and she needs to finish school? We should acknowledge it would be really difficult to have a baby while in school. And this baby is gonna change everything. But we also wanna let her know that she might not have to choose. And what would she do if she didn't have to choose between finishing school and the life of her baby? So some women pursue abortions when they're told that there is something wrong with the baby or they're given a poor prenatal diagnosis. And that is a really difficult situation for a new mother to find herself in. But we would want to tell her a couple of things. Many people receive prenatal diagnoses that are actually incorrect, and babies who are given a diagnosis in the womb are born totally fine. And how tragic would that be to abort a perfectly healthy baby based on a wrong diagnosis. In the case that there is a diagnosis that is correct and a baby is going to suffer or pass away soon after birth or before, there are perinatal hospice centers that will make the baby comfortable until he or she passes away naturally. In this way, choosing something like that, though it might be a little bit of a longer process and perhaps more painful at times, we know that the mother would never be harming the baby, but only loving that baby. What if the mother has a medical issue that would make carrying a baby to term a danger for her own life? This is where we can be so grateful for modern medicine and the advances that medicine has made, because there are numerous interventions that can be provided for a woman where the aim is to take care of the life of the mother while preserving, if possible, in any situation, the life of the baby as well. Some women feel a lot of social pressure to get an abortion when they find themselves in an unplanned pregnancy, whether she's a teenager who is going to get kicked out of her house, or she says, my parents are going to kill me if I have a baby, or she's an adult who is having an affair. But it sounds like the problem here is not the baby, but perhaps the problem is her situation. Basically, is having an abortion going to make that other situation go away? That unhealthy relationship, or the wrongful pressure from a community? Is abortion going to actually solve the problem, or only hide it and allow the problem to persist? Many women come to get abortions because they already have a number of children and don't feel that they can handle anymore, whether financially or simply for their own mental sanity. And having children is a big responsibility. Kids take a lot of care and time and attention. But the question this one comes down to is there or is there not another child in your family that already is alive inside your womb? Whether or not there is going to be another sibling in your family has already been determined the moment that child was conceived. And so what we can do here is to draw upon a woman's maternal instinct. How old are your other kids? Maybe you're doing this out of a misplaced care, that you can care for your other kids because you feel that this one would take something away from them, when in fact another child could perhaps bless your family even more and introduce more love and more joy into your home.
Today, I just want to let anybody know that's watching, even the people that are recording, that there are people out there that actually care. Don't let nobody stop you from changing your mind and what you feel that you know that isn't right. When I came here to Planned Parenthood, I knew I was doing something that wasn't right, that it was wrong, but I felt like it was the only decision to make, the only option to make to help me get through, to get back to work. That's all I was worried about, was getting back to work and being able to take care of myself. And then there was a woman clinic down the street, a girl named Faith, and the guy that was standing out here that was preventing people to get abortions walked me to Jefferson's Hospital and stood there and stayed there with me all day. What kind of strangers do things like that? Strangers that helped me, that really looked out for me and made sure that I was okay when I went home. So you never know who you will come across. When I came out here, I was alone, I was scared. I was leaving an abusive relationship, and me going to the women's clinic and turning my back on this place here. I was giving housing. My son is safe, I was safe, and they provided prenatal care. Thank you.
Praise God, huh? We got 42 babies like this that are alive today because people were out here praying and people love. Love conquers evil, all right? Amen?